Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all in to the War of the Worlds pay-per-view event for my WWE 2k19 Universe Mode. This is the finale as we move into the new game WWE 2k22, in which I have actually already started the Universe Mode. However, we are going back to finish off what we had started with 2k19 as we move into the next season. Tonight's event is War of the Worlds, which will feature many triple threat style matchups featuring competitors from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and NXT. It's worth mentioning that as we move into the new game, Ring of Honor has been rebranded as All Elite Wrestling. However, we will maintain the two other rosters being New Japan and NXT. And as we see making his entrance currently coming down to the ring, we see the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. Daniels is pumped up here tonight. Christopher Daniels, a mainstay of my Universe Mode. However, not finding a great deal of championship success in his ventures. He has challenged in the past for the Triple Crown, the Raw World Heavyweight Championship, and the NXT Championship, all coming up unsuccessful. However, here tonight he has a chance to make an impact. Who can forget the accomplished career that Christopher Daniels has spanned? Looking to carry over that success here tonight in Universe Mode. And in doing so, he could take up a tremendous victory over two very capable competitors in our opening contest. This segment of the event is officially titled as the pre-show. However, it is tough to really break down any aspect of this show to a pre-show caliber, seeing as the competitors on display here tonight. We have Cameron Grimes making his entrance and coming out next. He will continue his presence in the new game WWE 2k22, seeing as he is now a playable character. Looking to accomplish some degree of championship success as well. Cameron Grimes was a tremendous competitor throughout the Battle of Los Angeles, which was held for Universe Mode. Unfortunately, eventually being eliminated, I believe, by Bryan Danielson. However, picking up a tremendous victory over Buddy Murphy in the first round. Now we introduce our third competitor here tonight, representing Ring of Honor. Whereas Cameron Grimes, a representative of NXT, the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, the representative of New Japan Pro Wrestling. We will see our opening contest contains three of the most capable competitors in Universe Mode, all representing their individual and respective brand. However, more so than that, I believe this match is more about bragging rights heading into the next season, seeing as a victory here tonight would make any of these given men a much higher prospect. In terms of the evolution of their career, they can move on to be a much higher draft pick, having been selected here tonight, opening even more opportunities for them down the line. We introduce now, currently entering the ring, he is in Universe Mode, the former NXT champion, in which he defeated Brian Cage and went on to hold that championship for 112 days before losing to Sonata. That being the Switchblade Jay White. In the process of holding that championship, Jay White, implementing the reinforcements of the Safeguard throughout 2k19 Universe Mode, in which he was accompanied by Drew Gulak, Test, and Austin Theory to help maintain the stranglehold that they had on the NXT championships for the time being. Before stepping up to Ring of Honor, Jay White has continued to prove why he is one of the most capable performers we have ever seen. Think back to his rivalry with Darby Allin over the NXT Championship, and you will know just what Jay White is capable of here. As mentioned earlier, this is a triple threat elimination matchup, seeing that it will not be one fall to a finish. Now Cameron Grimes electing to go after Christopher Daniels in the early going of this contest with a suplex. However, Daniels now redirecting Cameron Grimes face first into Jay White. Jay White drives Cameron Grimes down with a backslide driver. However, turns around into a running Hurricane Rana from Christopher Daniels. Now we see Daniels with the front face lock advantage here. We could be looking for a double team maneuver here. Double gutbuster from the Switchblade and the Fallen Angel working in tandem here tonight. An attempt to take out the NXT superstar being Cameron Grimes. Now a series of chops from Christopher Daniels sends Jay White into the corner. However, a corkscrew European uppercut will answer back for the Switchblade. Cameron Grimes now picking up Jay White and drills him into the canvas with that brainbuster as Daniels returns to the fray. Flatliner now from Daniels. And Daniels and Cameron Grimes going to square off once again, sending him for an Irish whip, but bringing him back for that shoulder tackle. And now we see Daniels takes him down with a hip toss, and Christopher Daniels is fired up in front of this strong crowd here to represent the War of the Worlds pay-per-view event. All night long, as I mentioned, we will be seeing a variety of triple threat style matchups featuring many of our competing champions. Think of this as the Survivor Series type event for my universe mode. And we see Cameron Grimes send Christopher Daniels back towards the ropes, looking to take him out with that giant boot. However, just barely evading was Daniels. However, still on the receiving end of some punishment from the two. Now Jay White with a clothesline, taking Cameron Grimes up and over to the outside of the ring, where now Daniels and Jay White going to elect to square off in the middle of the ring. Backhand shot from Daniels. Irish whip now to Jay White. Sends him off of the ropes. Takes him over with a hip toss once more. Does Christopher Daniels, who looks to maintain the advantage. However, a counter from Jay White, who just elects to wrench the arm now. Hammerlock position. Series of strikes, however, to evade at the hands of Christopher Daniels. Back suplex here from Cameron Grimes, however, electing to drop him down for the atomic drop, not once, not twice, but thrice. Dropping Jay White down and then maintaining the advantage here is Cameron Grimes as he hoists him up to the electric chair and hits him with the Kreutz Wrath. German suplex from the gods. Armringer takedown into that drop toe hold now from Cameron Grimes, as Grimes has asserted the advantage here over two in-ring veterans. No disrespect to Grimes, as he is a very capable competitor in his own right, as he looks to go to the top rope, ascending and looking to dive all the way down onto Christopher Daniels with a tremendous crossbody to the outside. Sending caution to the wind was Cameron Grimes, who now is going to meet Jay White on the outside, perhaps looking for that small package driver, but it was countered by Jay White into that Northern Lights suplex. Fireman's carry position now for Jay White, who brings Cameron Grimes over to the apron and dishes him out face first. Now returning to the inside of the ring, where he is met with Christopher Daniels, who plants him down with a very simple Uranagi, and now elects to gloat to the crowd. Of veterans such as Christopher Daniels, always seemingly in control of his opponent. Best moonsault ever there we see from Christopher Daniels from the second rope, springing up to the top and landing the best moonsault ever on Jay White. However, Jay White miraculously able to get the shoulder up, and Cameron Grimes, as you saw, no intervention on his behalf. Back suplex release from Cameron Grimes, and now this pinfall attempt could be enough to seal the fate of Jay White. However, a pinfall attempt is escaped for the time being. Flatliner now from Christopher Daniels that sends Cameron Grimes face first into the canvas. Irish whip from Daniels sends Jay White pillar to post across the ring. Standing switch from Jay White, as now we see the Irish whip. The referee might want to watch out as Christopher Daniels now lands another Uranagi, sending Jay White virtually through the canvas. Now repositioned in the corner, Christopher Daniels could be looking to maintain the advantage that he has here over the Switchblade on the inside of the ring for the time being. Climbing up to the top rope, Cameron Grimes looking to break this up. Perhaps going to grab a hold of Christopher Daniels' legs as he sends him over top with a butterfly suplex to Jay White. Jay White rolling to the outside for a bit of a reprieve as Christopher Daniels has really laid it in to Jay White in the past 2 minutes in this contest. As we see, it is not just a singles contest. You have to account for all the factors within the ring, as now Cameron Grimes going to be the one to go after Christopher Daniels here. Double knees to the back of Christopher Daniels as he was face first into the buckle. I believe that was originally called the Elijah Express. Hammerlock reversal from Cameron Grimes lands a running knee strike to the face of Jay White. Pinfall attempt here from Cameron Grimes is now the referee in position to, and no! Very nearly getting the pinfall attempt there. As we see Christopher Daniels now getting back up to his feet. However, Cameron Grimes scouting. Straight jacket lung blower from Christopher Daniels. Innovative offense, following it up with a standing Frankensteiner. Now going to go to the top rope as we see Christopher Daniels. Best moonsault ever, countered by Jay White for the second time. Christopher Daniels looked to go for that maneuver, and the second time was not quite to the same degree of success that he was able to execute it the first time. And we see Jay White twisting neck breaker as he slowly brought Christopher Daniels back up to his feet just to land him with the whiplash on that neck breaker, but Daniels once again breaking up the pinfall attempt. Here we see a half Nelson suplex that takes Christopher Daniels up and over and drills him into the canvas, but now Cameron Grimes with a small package driver to Jay White could be looking to secure the first elimination here in this contest too, and no! Jay White still getting the shoulder up just barely in time. Jay White has been ever so resilient in this contest, as we see now Cameron Grimes scouting Jay White here. Could be looking for the cave-in. Now, Christopher Daniels follows that up with the knee plus to the face of Jay White. And now it could be Christopher Daniels who is looking to secure the victory here with the Angel's Wings. Pinfall attempt here. 1, 2. No, Jay White once again getting the shoulder up despite being hit with both competitors' finishing maneuvers. Christopher Daniels now being the one to take down Cameron Grimes with a knee strike to the back, wrenching him overhead. As we're starting to close in on the end of this match. Blade Runner! And that could be exactly what I had in mind, what I was meaning there. No, a pinfall attempt, but Christopher Daniels once again getting the shoulder up. As we approach the end of this contest, I'm starting to think that this is not an elimination matchup. I apologize, but these matches were recorded quite a while in advance. Cave in now from Cameron Grimes. Pinfall attempt here after hitting Jay White with yet another finisher. Cameron Grimes secures the victory with the cave-in. And that is exactly what I mean. It was one fall to a finish. My apologies for being incorrect about that. But Cameron Grimes certainly picking up a tremendous victory heading in to the next season of Universe Mode. Albeit Jay White was hit with a series of finishing maneuvers from both of the competitors. Eventually Cameron Grimes able to land the cave-in and successfully put away the Switchblade. A man who has seen a great deal of success here, and this is a tremendous victory for Cameron Grimes that cannot be understated, as here again we see the small package driver on the inside. In addition, landing the cave-in on multiple occasions is what brought Cameron Grimes the victory here tonight. As we move on to our next matchup of the pre-show, this time it is in a triple threat women's competition. And as mentioned in the last match, a lot of these matches were recorded quite a while in advance to when I am recording the audio for this. Currently, WWE 2k22 is out, and I've recorded the first pay-per-view event. However, I've had to go back after quite some time and record the audio for this show because I didn't want to leave 2K19 unconcluded, especially given the prestige that this video game has provided. So many great experiences, so many fun matches that I've had across the years playing this video game. I had to give it the proper respect it deserves and give it a proper conclusion, as we see now Thunder Rosa coming down to the ring, the representative of NXT in this contest. In the meantime, in between recordings, I have actually secured a new job that I'm working at, so that is the means for why this video may have taken a while to come out. However, I'm in a much better position now than I was preliminary to this transition. Coming out next, we see a former, in Universe mode, a former NXT Women's Champion. She defeated Toni Storm during her third reign as the NXT Women's Champion and was eventually defeated by Bull Nakano, in which she held the NXT Championship, Women's Championship for 68 days, did Mia Yim. Currently, that is the 5th shortest reign of all the women's competitors to have held that championship, but now she is a representative of the Woman of Honor, which will soon become the AEW Women's Division. And lastly, introducing to the ring, it's boss time as we introduce the boss, Sasha Banks. Despite recent controversies shrouded in the WWE, Sasha Banks is certainly still appearing in my universe mode, as I see her as the ultimate women's competitor. Especially among the 4 horsewomen, I believe that Sasha Banks is by far the most accomplished and the most capable and the most talented of any of the 4. And that might be a biased statement. I don't consider myself a Sasha stan. However, that Sailor Moon attire. That Sailor Moon attire. Sasha Banks, in regards to Universe mode, she was a former SmackDown Women's Champion, having cashed in the Women's Money in the Bank to defeat Io Shirai and hold that championship for 21 days before losing it back to Io Shirai. Starting off this triple threat contest now, Mia Yim and Thunder Rosa going right at it. Sasha Banks electing to take her time here in the early going of this contest, is met with a snap suplex from Mia Yim, who capitalizes. Now a chop and a clothesline from Sasha Banks that takes Mia Yim to the outside, as both women frustrated at what Mia Yim has done in the early goings of this contest. Running Bulldog from Sasha Banks, though. Once more going to drill the face of Thunder Rosa into the canvas. It'll be interesting to see what show a lot of these women appear on in the next season of Universe mode. In fact, at the time being, I do know that I do not have a video recorded for the drafts that I did in Universe mode. However, you will most likely just be seeing a lot of the competitors show up during the pay-per-view events for their respective brand. I have just finished the first pay-per-view for WWE 2k22, that being Capital Collision for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Following that, we will have AEW Double or Nothing, and then we will have NXT In Your House. So still maintaining the integrity of each of the brands with their own respective events. However, after the first month, we are going to be holding our own version of the Forbidden Door event in Universe mode. So we see Thunder Rosa get a running start, forearm smash into the corner. German suplex, and a lot of the championships as well will be retained across to the new game. I believe all of the IWGP champions on New Japan have maintained, in addition to including the IWGP North American Championship. Now, in regards to NXT, all of the NXT championships will remain, as well as introducing 2 new championships, being the NXT Women's Championship, as well as the NXT X Division Championship. Finally, we have All Elite Wrestling, in which all of the championships have been rebranded, seeing as in WWE 2k19, I was considering what was previously SmackDown, then transitioned into Ring of Honor, and is now All Elite Wrestling, the Friday night show, essentially. Beautiful Pele kick from Mia Yim. No discredit to the woman performing in the ring right now. I just have some business to take care of. In regards to AEW, all of the championships have been rebranded. However, the champions will remain, seeing as the current Ring of Honor champion is Andrade Cien Almas, who we will see in our main event. He will go on to be the first AEW World Champion. As for Kairi Sane, who is the current Woman of Honor champion, she will go on to be the first AEW Women's Champion, and so on. We see an Eat Defeat from Mia Yim, otherwise known as Soul Food. However, Thunder Rosa quick to kick out. Still very early in this contest. However, a tremendous maneuver for Mia Yim to hit as a step-up enziguri from Thunder Rosa now eliminates her for the time being. Kick to the back of Sasha Banks now. And as for AEW, the championships have been rebranded. The current Ring of Honor Pure Championship will be rebranded to the Ring of Honor World Championship. So Pete Dunne will be the official new Ring of Honor World Champion. I know this is all very confusing. Thunder Rosa now going to pick up Sasha Banks in a gory bomb position. And as she does, gets drop kicked by Mia Yim on her way down. And a crucifix now from Thunder Rosa, looking for the pinfall attempt on Mia Yim following that tandem offense. Irish whip into the ropes here. A rake of the eyes from Mia Yim to escape that maneuver. And now a quick step calf kick from Mia Yim as well, as Thunder Rosa recovers on the outside. So, going back to it, the Ring of Honor Pure Championship has been rebranded the Ring of Honor World Championship. And as part of All Elite Wrestling, I've also introduced the TBS Women's Championship. And I think that's it, because we have the TNT Championship, which was a rebranding of the Television / Intercontinental Championship. Okay, this is all getting far too confusing, so I'm just going to end this explanation at saying New Japan and NXT will remain. Ring of Honor has now become All Elite Wrestling. We saw a bankrupt from Sasha Banks, the neckbreaker, and now following it up with a bank statement. However, Mia Yim able to get her heels underneath the bottom rope before Sasha Banks could really make the most of that maneuver. Thunder Rosa looking to take out the legs. However, Sasha Banks wisened up to it. A knee strike to the gut. But now we see Thunder Rosa looking for the Made in Japan pump handle half Nelson. Thunder Rosa now sending Mia Yim pillar to post across the ring. Now getting Sasha Banks up as well. Going to look to Irish whip her now into the ropes. Single kick. Second one. Sasha looking for the clothesline. Countered into a neckbreaker by Thunder Rosa, who's fired up. Looks to dive in on Mia Yim. However, Mia Yim able to scout it. Northern Lights suplex, however. Quick follow-up from Thunder Rosa. Now we see Rosa once again positioning Mia Yim in that gory bomb. Gory bomb plants her down on the canvas. Now Thunder Rosa electing to go up to the top rope rather than go for the pinfall victory here. Diving headbutt from the top from Thunder Rosa down onto Mia Yim. Pinfall attempt here too, and a kick out. Once more, Sasha returning to the inside of the ring and is immediately sent to the post to recover. Butterfly lock here from Thunder Rosa. Mia Yim counters with a Frankensteiner takedown. Now it's Thunder Rosa who's going to look for a breather on the outside. Cannonball senton from Mia Yim as Sasha Banks escapes to the outside of the ring. Returns now with a series of forearm strikes. Irish whip now sends Mia Yim off, and a Luthez press from Sasha Banks as a series of strikes come raining down onto Mia Yim. Now Sasha is shoved off by Mia. Pinfall attempt here from Thunder Rosa, from Mia Yim is broken up by Thunder Rosa. And a snap suplex from Mia Yim. Now going to look to lock in this head scissors here on Thunder Rosa, looking for the submission victory, perhaps. Now all three women relocating on the outside of the ring. Series of strikes exchanging between these three. A series going back and forth. All of them hitting into one another with these vicious strikes, as eventually Thunder Rosa sending Sasha Banks into the ring post. Simultaneously sending Mia Yim back inside the ring and positioning her now on those ropes. Thunder Rosa now once again dishing Mia Yim to the outside as she lands on top of Sasha Banks. A nasty spill as Thunder Rosa getting fired up on the inside. Could be looking for a tope suicida coming crashing down, perhaps on Sasha Banks as well with that maneuver. Fans chanting, this is awesome, and it absolutely is, as we get to showcase some of the best women's competitors that we have in Universe mode here. Thunder Rosa in a lot of ways was a sign of things to come, seeing as in Universe mode, she was one of the two women to compete at the Battle of Los Angeles, where she had a guerrilla warfare match with Candice LeRae, as now she goes to the outside sunset flip powerbomb. Seeing as now, in reality, after all this time, PWG has elected to include women in their show, which is a long overdue decision in my opinion. Seeing as Masha Slamovich and Yuka Sakazaki will be competing at one of the new PWG shows coming up, which is very exciting. It's been some really impressive and incredible competitors arise in the last year in the women's division, and this is not me talking in universe mode terms, this is me talking in reality. I've become a tremendous fan of a lot of the women's competitors, including Willow Nightingale, Trish Adora, Kiera Hogan, Jade Cargill is on another level. Of course, all of those women are knocking it out of the park. Sasha Banks, the recent controversy surrounding her in the WWE is laughable, that they would think that she is unprofessional in any way. Double knee Meteora now to Thunder Rosa as she was hung up in the ropes, a staple of Sasha Banks' offense. Pinfall attempt here on Mia Yim. And Mia Yim in her own right has had some phenomenal matches recently as well, competing against Athena and, as I just mentioned, Willow Nightingale as well in Prestige Wrestling. Not to mention Prestige Wrestling, their last show, I really want to see Konosuke Takeshita versus Lee Moriarty. I haven't had the opportunity to watch that match yet. However, it happened last night, and I've seen some clips. It looks really, really good. Thunder Rosa breaking up the submission attempt now. She returns to the ring, going after both women. Now it's Sasha Banks who gets the advantage, looking for the bankrupt neckbreaker. However, slow to recover from that. Mia Yim looking to capitalize on that. Strike now from Mia Yim sends Sasha Banks into the ropes. Clothesline takes Sasha to the outside, where she might look. Now she still has her focus set on Sasha Banks, as now we see another tope suicida, this time for Mia Yim, that sends Sasha Banks backwards into the announce table. Now there's a series of kicks from Mia Yim as she looks to lock in that head scissors once more, perhaps looking to put away Thunder Rosa with this maneuver. Could force the tap out. Thunder Rosa escaping now, rebounding off of the ropes, looking for a tilt-a-whirl, small package, has her rolled up, hooks the legs, 1, 2, no, very close, very, very close pinfall attempt there from Thunder Rosa. Backhand chop now to Mia Yim as Thunder Rosa repositioning Mia Yim on that second rope, avalanche across the second rope from Thunder Rosa. Counter from Sasha Banks, who turns her around now. Double knees into the back, following through with the bank statement rather. Bank statement locked in on Thunder Rosa, and she is forced to tap out. Sasha Banks picking up a tremendous victory here at the War of the Worlds pay-per-view. And picking up a victory. Oh, look at that gory bomb combination with the dropkick. That was a thing of beauty. Be very interested in seeing an actual tag team use that. I think that would be a very cool maneuver. There we saw them made in Japan from Thunder Rosa on numerous occasions, connecting with this gory bomb. Saw plenty of tope suicidas. This here was the strike exchange that we saw between the women on the outside. But at the end of the day, picking up the victory, successful here at War of the Worlds, was Sasha Banks. Hopefully she will go on to have far more success here in Universe Mode. Next up, we move on to a specialty battle royal in which the winner will get a championship match of their choosing in 2K22. How exciting is that? Forgot to mention we are in San Jose for the War of the Worlds, seeing as that is, California is kind of the home base of New Japan in a lot of ways. I figured this would probably be the best place for the venue to take place. Many of the New Japan shows in 2K22 will take place in Japan and in the USA. One and only. Introducing first, a man once known as the King, Ricochet. A man once known as Prince Puma. Returning to his roots now, we see the return of Ricochet. And the last time that we did see Ricochet, he was in a losing effort to Tommaso Ciampa, where he obtained the Triple Crown Championship from Ciampa. However, it was he only amassed a 48-day reign with the championship before Tommaso Ciampa continued his tirade of luchador superstars that he was looking to take down in his quest to become the greatest Triple Crown champion that ever lived. However, he did hold the championship the second longest amount of anyone. Speaking of long title reigns, Ricochet, a former NXT World Champion, in which he held that championship longer than anybody else in Universe Mode history, clocking in at 280 days. Eclipsing CM Punk, the first champion of NXT. All the competitors here tonight have a stake for being a champion here in Universe Mode. They all have a credible chance at being one of the top champions, as we saw Ricochet as Prince Puma was in the main event of WrestleMania last year against Drew McIntyre, however unsuccessful in his endeavor following his Royal Rumble victory. Introducing next, we see a competitor who is relatively new here in Universe Mode. However, ever since obtaining the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, that being Andrade Cien Almas, Rush has become a tremendous factor in a lot of his matches. The rivalry spawned by the cash-in of Andrade back at SummerSlam has bred quite the rivalry between Los Ingobernables de Japón and Will Ospreay. In fact, we even saw at our previous event Will Ospreay attempting to reclaim the World Championship that he won from Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, losing it to Andrade afterwards. He attempted to face Andrade in a ladder match, but it was Seth Rollins who caused intervention, preventing Ospreay from obtaining his championship desires. Introducing next is a competitor that we haven't really seen much of here in Universe Mode for quite some time, but he is a very accomplished champion here in Universe Mode, but a lot of that often goes unspoken. He is on SmackDown initially, now Ring of Honor, of course. He was the fourth man to hold the television championship. He defeated Eddie Guerrero, held that championship for 35 days before losing it to the aforementioned Tommaso Ciampa. Not only that, but Cedric Alexander, also a former Cruiserweight champion, here in Universe Mode. Now the IWGP Junior Championship, in which Cedric defeated Akira Tozawa and held that championship for 126 days. Now a member of the Hurt Business, accompanied by Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Bobby Lashley, he is looking to find new degrees of success here in Universe Mode. Coming down to the ring now is another really accomplished competitor here in Universe Mode. Of course, Rey Fenix, one half of the Lucha Bros, in which they held the SmackDown Tag Team Championships for 231 days after defeating the Bar and before losing it to Future Shock. Of course, a lot of Rey Fenix's success has come in 2K19 Universe Mode. He competed against Tommaso Ciampa during that tirade against Lucha Superstars that I mentioned earlier. Unsuccessful in obtaining the championship during that time period. Matter of fact, ever since splitting up the Lucha Bros, it has seemed to be a bit difficult for Rey Fenix to really get the ball rolling in terms of individual success. Introducing next is the bad boy of NXT. It is Joey Janela. Joey Janela, another competitor in the Battle of Los Angeles, came up unsuccessful against Hijo del Vikingo in the opening contest. However, went on to have a tremendous guerrilla warfare match with Jon Moxley the night after. Now we see the bad boy, a part of NXT, looking to stake his claim in the championship division. Yet another former Cruiserweight champion. Or I believe he competed for the Cruiserweight Championship at the United Kingdom event, rather. But he was unsuccessful in taking that championship away from, at the time, I think it was Mark Haskins. Apologize, I don't have that in front of me. Unrecognizable music now. We could be having a surprise entrant, perhaps, in this matchup. Not exactly sure who is coming down to the ring right now. It appears that the Dirty Daddy is here! Chris Dickinson, making his presence known in 2K19 Universe Mode. And in what a way he shows up on the very last show of 2K19 Universe Mode. However, this could launch him, propel him into great degrees of success in 2K22 if he comes up successful here tonight. Chris Dickinson could be looking at a championship match of his choosing. And it's worth mentioning that the superstar who wins this contest can only challenge for a championship on their selective brand. That is also worth mentioning. So, for example, if Ricochet were to win here tonight and he was drafted to NXT, he could only challenge for an NXT championship of some kind. Coming out next, we see Bandido. Not really much to say about Bandido in terms of Universe Mode. He's been pretty unremarkable, unfortunately. He hasn't really reached the heights of his success that we've seen him capable of In Universe Mode, he's definitely struggled to get off the ground. He was a part of NXT for a while. He was the NXT Mr. Money in the Bank at one point, however, electing to forego the challenge of that championship following Andrade's cash-in. The two men switched shows. Initially, Bandido was Mr. Money in the Bank, however, being traded for Andrade, and in doing so, became the NXT Money in the Bank, rather. However, he has not had the opportunity to cash in that contract, and in the process, may have ellipsed his time period of availability. And it appears we are waiting for the last competitor in this matchup. Share Factory on the PlayStation only allows me to add a certain amount of songs to the video, so unfortunately this last competitor is not going to have any entrance music coming out, but we all know exactly who he is. He is the WrestleMania main eventer and the winner of last year's Royal Rumble. So we have two former Royal Rumble winners in this contest. Very star-studded lineup of Universe Mode competitors, being Ricochet 2 years ago and Hideo Itami last year. Hideo Itami went on to challenge Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Hold on a sec. No, I'm wrong. Okay, so 2 years ago, Pentagon Jr. was the Royal Rumble winner. Last year it was Ricochet. However, Hideo Itami entered at number 30 and still did go on to challenge Kazuchika Okada at WrestleMania. However, Hideo Itami is not, in of himself, a former Royal Rumble winner here in Universe Mode. Again, my apologies. It's a lot to keep track of. And now the Battle Royal is getting started as we see all competitors going after one another. In the middle of the ring, we see Hideo and Bandido going after one another, whereas Cedric Alexander in danger of being eliminated here by Chris Dickinson. Roosh being hoisted up by Rey Fenix. And we see, I believe that Joey Janela has eliminated Ricochet already in this contest. Snapmare takedown from Cedric Alexander, but Ricochet is already gone. And considering that I was talking him up as a former Royal Rumble winner, I thought that would much more play to his credit in this over-the-top rope Battle Royal. However, almost immediately being eliminated there. Blue Thunder Bomb from Cedric Alexander, and now Cedric going after Hideo Itami. Roosh and Fenix still going at one another as Bandido looks to go after Joey Janela. I think Chris Dickinson realizing for the time being that he is safe. Roosh has eliminated Rey Fenix now. Very quick paced in the early going of this contest, where a lot of these competitors are being dished out. Now a series of strikes in the corner, both to and from Dickinson and Roosh. Suplex attempt here from Hideo Itami. Could be looking for a brainbuster on Cedric Alexander. My goodness. Joey Janela now looking to eliminate Roosh. Beautiful misdirection kick from Chris Dickinson there. Dickinson now looking to hoist Cedric over the top rope into the outside, but unable to do so. Now returning to the inside where he's met by Roosh. Power slam attempt countered. Dickinson now going to position Joey Janela in the turnbuckle pad. You see Roosh. Hideo Itami potentially nearing an elimination of Bandido here. Now Joey Janela being the one to send Roosh into the turnbuckle pad. Standing switch reversals in both corners. Bandido once again getting the reversal here. All competitors firing off on one another in the respective turnbuckles across the ring. So we see Cedric Alexander now with Chris Dickinson up on his shoulder. Could be looking for an avalanche Samoan driver. Tremendous offense from Cedric Alexander in this matchup. Joey Janela, however, countering that waist lock, looking for a super kick, catches both men for his efforts. I think he was looking for a super kick to the back of the head of Cedric Alexander, but he caught Roosh as well. And we see all these men squaring off once again. Bandido And Chris Dickinson having to recover on the outside for the time being. German suplex from Hideo Itami. Itami now positioning Bandido, could be looking to take him out. Super kick from Cedric Alexander takes out the bad boy Joey Janela as we receive another elimination in this contest. German suplex now from Cedric. This is not particularly the crop of superstars that I would think would maintain in this contest. I mean, no discredit to who is in the ring right now, but seeing Ricochet be eliminated so early on was kind of a shock to me, as well as Fenix, two of the most accomplished champions involved in this contest. But that opens up new possibilities for any of the competitors here to attempt to challenge for a championship of their choosing. It could be a good virtue for Bandido, seeing as he lost. Well, he just got put to sleep. Well, so much for that. It looks like Bandido's gone. Oh no, he reversed it. And at the same time, Chris Dickinson saved from elimination. Tiger suplex there from Hideo Itami. Now Rush sent over the top rope. Could be in danger of being eliminated here. Cedric now looking to go after Rush. Dickinson with a hammerlock back suplex to Kenta. Itami, whatever. Rush really fighting elimination here. Able to find his way back inside. Long blower from Rush as Dickinson positions Hideo Itami in the corner. Chris Dickinson has just eliminated Hideo Itami. We're down to 4 now, cutting the field in half. Quite an interesting turn of events here to get us to where we're at. Chris Dickinson, Rush, Bandido, and Cedric Alexander are all capable of earning a championship match. Chris Dickinson in danger of being eliminated here. Catches Cedric with those boots into a lung blower from Bandido. Bandido looked for the elimination. Rush successfully picking up an elimination as Chris Dickinson is sent out. Impressive performance in his debut match from Chris Dickinson. Pop-up Dragon Rana there from Bandido. And now an 8-second ride from Cedric Alexander. We're down to 3 here. Looking for the, what does he call it, the neuralizer or something? Springboard back elbow. Or springboard enziguri, rather. Now Rush sending Cedric back into the corner. Now electing to choke him out here. Back to Bandido, however. As Bandido now gets the advantage, as I was mentioning. Got to keep your eyes out for everybody in this contest. Bandido now hopping up. Hurricane Rana takes Rush out. This victory could be the remedy that Bandido needed. By losing that NXT briefcase, he could be going on to still have a championship match if he is successful here tonight. I was going to say before he was eliminated, the possibility of Rush picking up the victory here tonight could be interesting, seeing as Andrade is the current champion for his respective show. Cedric looking to hoist up Bandido. However, Bandido with a strike to break it up. Looking to position Cedric in the corner here. No, across the ropes here. Looking for the clothesline, but Cedric ducks down and Bandido is eliminated. Cedric Alexander has picked up the victory. It was a very unpredictable battle royal. I was not quite sure where it was going when we had half the field eliminated in such a way. Pop-up Dragon Rana there we saw from Bandido. But at the end of the day, Cedric Alexander has picked up the victory, and you got to wonder if he's going to use his championship victory to help the Hurt Business, or if he's going to do it to further his own individual success. I guess that is to be seen in 2K22, but for the pre-show, that'll do it for War of the Worlds. We will move on now to part 1. I hope that you all joined me, and I hope that you all enjoyed.